All right. So this is also for the students. So we have some people in here. Thank you very much for coming to Dr. Lee's teaching presentation. But we all have some students. Also have some students. So I'm delighted to welcome Dr. Lee. Everybody out there. Dr. Lee is your for two of your sections is your teacher as your instructor, as you know. This is her teaching demo. She's currently a job candidate for our tenure track position in applied linguistics. So she's going to do an hour teaching demo for us today. Those of you that are here in front of me, you all have a form. It's a somewhat confusing form. It never used to be that confusing. Literally, you just don't worry about trying to make requirements or anything like that. Just put any comments that you want to say anywhere. And then if you want to fill out one of the number things, you know, at the bottom, it's got some numbers. You can fill those out. But don't worry about doing anything else other than just randomly putting comments wherever you want to. Those people out, all our students, if anybody wants to email me any comments, they would be very welcome. So feel free to email me at lucy.pickering@tamo.edu if you have any comments after Dr. Lee's teaching presentation. All right, so what we've done for our students is split it in half, okay? So Dr. Lee is going to present the Larson Freeman, which you all read, right? Yay! She's going to present the Larson, Freeman, and Anderson, and then I'm going to do the chapter in Brown. And I think I explained this before, but where we can, what we've done is attach the two together. So the Larson Freeman chapter was grammar translation, and the Brown chapter is full focus instruction. Right, so that's why we're sort of wandering around the Brown. We're just going to match it to whatever teaching one we've done. Then at the end of the class today, we'll talk about the first essay that is due from y'all on 26th of September. All right. Okay, so welcome, Dr. Lee. It's all yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Pickering. Hi, everyone. Hi, online students. Yeah, it's really my great pleasure to be here and discuss grammar translation method with you. Okay, so let us begin with a short review. Okay. What's this? Take a look at this. This is an acronym, huh? HCLAB. I call it HCLAB. Anyone remember something to do with what we learned last week?
The 5 principles there.
Wonderful. We have 8 principles here. Shelby, good job. So you can see A stands for automaticity. Very good. And the T stands for transfer. R stands for reward. I, identity and investment. Very good. How about S? Self-regulation. How about I? Interaction. L? Lingual culture. Very good. How about A? Cool. Good job. So I know all of you have completed your online discussion and talked about these principles, especially those principles that are most important for you, right? So anyone want to maybe share some insights here? Any comments about the principles? Anyone?
I noticed I didn't select language culture myself, but I noticed I think everyone else had, and I think everyone in here has gone through the second language acquisition process before, so I thought that was interesting. Everyone had chosen that one as one of the top 4.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Very good. Any other comments about these principles?
I noticed that more than maybe one of the reasons why it's difficult is that I've used them as a student, and I want my students now as a teacher to use them to become smart learners. You know, that you have to take responsibility of your own learning by using this.
Very good. Very nice point. The students need to have the awareness, right? The explicit awareness of why these principles may work for them. Very good. Very good.
We kind of share the interaction principle. We all stress on the importance of that in learning.
Yeah, it's very important. The teacher-student interaction, student-student interactions are very important, right? Thank you, Nana. Okay, today we're going to discuss grammar translation method. Is this method familiar to all of you? Yeah? Possibly some of you learned your foreign language in this way. As you may know, I learned my English as a foreign language in this way, mostly in this way. Right? So I do definitely have something to share with you today. So I'm very happy Dr. Pickering invited me to the face-to-face class and share my experience. Okay, now, first of all, I want to talk about this classical method a little bit. So in the past, it was known as a classical method, right? So during 19th century, 18th century, why this is called classical method?
Was used to teach Latin and Greek.
Exactly, because it is adopted to teach Latin and Greek, these classical languages, right? And of course, we know this is regarded as the oldest language learning method, language teaching method. Is that right? Yes. Then how about the goals? What do you think of the learning goals, the teaching goals of this approach, of this method?
They want to help students with the mental actually exercises, and I think one of the goals was to help them learn their own native language.
Exactly. Try to develop their mental activity, right? They even like to grow intellectually. Is that correct? Yeah, very good. Any other goal?
Reading, being able to read and understand what you're reading.
So reading is taken as a priority, right? Reading what?
Mostly literary text.
Very good one. Reading maybe like literature, right? Literary canon, right? Right. Very good. And of course, students need to do a lot of translation as well. Yeah, right. Now, if we take a little bit further until 19th century, especially late 19th century, 20th century until now, right? So it is used as a teaching method, not only just can be applied to the classical languages. It can be widely used, right, in foreign language contexts. Of course, including English as a foreign language in Asian countries, right? Or maybe the, foreign language programs here in the United States. Do you think so? Now, let us think about the characteristics. What are the characteristics of this method? Reflect on your learning experience. How many of you learned foreign language in this way? Oh, good to know. So it seems to be very familiar with the method, right? Okay, what are the characteristics? What are the features?
Long list of vocabulary. You have to memorize.
A lot of vocabulary, right? Very good. Maybe this vocabulary words are isolated, right? Yeah.
The language of the class is really the L1 and not the translation.
Good
The
point.
language used to teach the class.
So the classes are delivered in
L1.
right?
In the next
First language. Very good.
Focus on how grammar changes from one language to the other. Like in English, subject, verb. In Arabic, verb, subject, in most cases.
Wonderful. So maybe we can call it grammatical analysis, right? So we did a lot of grammatical analysis, right? In which way? Inductive. Deductive. Deductive way. We usually will, given the rules first, right? And then you try to apply these rules to a lot of examples. Yeah, right? Any other thoughts?
Like quite a problem in like idiomatic expressions and things that cannot work when we are having a direct translation from one language to the other. Like phrasal verbs or things that it's hard to find the right term for.
Equivalence, exactly equivalence, right? Cool, good idea, right? So I actually listed the characteristics here, and you can see, for instance, the classes are taught in the first language, and a lot of attention given to vocabulary and grammar rules. And also, you can see mostly the students focus on reading, right? Practice their reading activities, and also students do a lot of translation exercises. And in addition, little attention is attached to oral production. Do you agree? Yep. So, taken together, you can see the grammar translation method emphasizes the form-focused instruction. Dr. Pickering will be discussing, this form-focused instruction with you in a second. Still half of this class. So, that is to say, we believe GTM talks about the language rather than practices the language. How do you understand this? Talk about the language.
They don't actually communicate in that language, so they don't use the language.
Excellent point. Excellent point. Okay, do not communicate for meaningful.
It's also said like little attention to oral production, so there is no, let's say, conversations or activities that would help students kind of think while they're talking. It's more because for the grammar translation, they are like writing and they have time and like it's them who is seeing the exercise or thinking about it. Like it's different when you're actually communicating with another person who might say something that you don't know about, or unexpected discussion might come up.
Exactly. Great. So think about this. If you know about a certain vocabulary, and then of course you know the meaning of it, and you might know multiple meanings of this vocabulary, and then you know the part of speech. You can analyze, not only pronunciation but also part of speech, and you have a lot to tell about this vocabulary words. You even know the origin of this word, right? Mm-hmm. But you cannot just use it appropriately in your oral discourse. Then that is exactly not what we wanted. Is that right? Yeah, we need the true communication. We need the, say, purposeful, meaningful conversation, communication in the authentic context. Is that right? So, think about this. I would like you to watch this video. This video may give you some sense of what talking about the language may look like. Okay, and this video actually addressed by Dr. Pickering, and I'm also very happy to find that it's very helpful too. So I would definitely want all of us to watch this video together. So this video addresses English as a foreign language lesson given in Vietnam. Okay, let's see. Try to think of the whole learning process, and I have 3 questions for you. And think about the following 3 questions, please. Why is this an example of grammar translation method? Second, what is the role of the teacher? And the 3rd question, what do the students do? Okay, now let's go.
Hello, welcome to our program. There are a lot of teaching methods. Today, we will mention the grammar translation method. Now, we all go to a class to see how this method is used, okay?
Xin chào các em. Buổi trước chúng ta đã học bài Unit 3 là nap time. Và hôm nay, trước khi chúng ta bước sang bài Unit 4 là in town, thì chúng ta sẽ ôn sơ lại một chút về bài cũ. Và bây giờ thầy xin mời một vài bạn nào đó sẽ lên đây và chúng ta sẽ ôn lại một số từ ở bài trước ha. Và bây giờ có bạn nào tôi con không?
Seems very loud.
It's better now. Rồi, ok, thầy xin mời bạn Hương. Ok, rồi bây giờ thầy xin mời bạn Hương chúng ta viết một bài từ mới mà chúng ta đã học ở bài unit 3 ha. Từ đầu tiên bạn Hương ghi cho thầy là từ cái gói trong tiếng Anh gọi là gì?
Dạ thầy, cái gói gọi là pillow.
Đúng rồi. Rồi hãy xem bạn Hương chúng ta ghi bài nha. Ok, từ tiếp theo con gấu.
Con gấu là bear.
Đúng rồi. Và một từ nữa ha, cái chăn.
Dạ thầy, cái chăn là blanket.
Đúng rồi. Ok, cái bạn bên dưới chúng ta hãy nhìn lên nha, để xem bạn Hương chúng ta có ghi sai cái từ nào không ha. Hình như là thầy thấy là đúng hết rồi đó. Bây giờ thầy xin mời bạn Hương chúng ta sẽ đọc lại những từ này nha.
Pillow.
Good.
Bear.
Good.
Blanket.
Ok. Vậy là bạn Hương chúng ta hôm nay là có học bài. Xin cảm ơn bạn Hương. Rồi, bây giờ thầy xin mời thêm một bạn nữa chúng ta lên đây để kiểm tra một chút bài cũ đi nha. Có bạn nào sẽ không nữa không?
Em.
Rồi, bây giờ thầy xin mời bạn Bích. Rồi bây giờ thầy sẽ mời bạn Bích ghi cho thầy một câu nha. Đó là cái gói của mình. Cái bạn ở dưới chúng ta nhìn lên bạn Bích nha. Ok. Và thêm một câu nữa, đó là không, nó không phải là cái gói của mình. Rồi, bây giờ các bạn chúng ta hãy nhìn lên xem là bạn Bích chúng ta là ghi đúng hay sai. Có bạn nào có ý kiến không? Thầy xin mời bạn Hương.
Thưa thầy, bạn mới ghi chữ ý sinh sai
Bạn Hương, theo bạn Hương chúng ta nghĩ là chữ ý sinh. Đây là sai. Chúng ta nhìn nha. Ok, ý sinh này là sai nha bạn Bích. Chúng ta ghi đúng sẽ là is. Ok, hôm nay bạn Bích của chúng ta thì nói chung là cũng có học bài nhưng mà chưa chuẩn bị kỹ lắm. Cảm ơn bạn Bích. Ok, và bây giờ chúng ta sẽ cùng tiếp tục với bài mới của chúng ta ngày hôm nay, Unit 4 in town. Và bây giờ sẽ có một số từ mới trong bài mới này. Các em hãy nhìn lên bảng và hãy sẽ ghi và các em hãy ghi vào tập ha. Rồi bây giờ thầy sẽ mời một bạn đứng dậy để chúng ta đọc lại những cái từ mới ngày hôm nay nha. Các bạn nào sẽ không?
Em thầy.
Rồi thầy xin mời bạn Hương. Chúng ta cùng đọc bài nha. Các bạn im lặng và lắng nghe bạn Hương chúng ta đọc đúng hay sai nha.
Red. Red.
Green, không phải green.
Green.
Đúng rồi.
Yellow. Line. Police officer.
Từ này chúng ta sẽ đọc là police officer.
Police officer.
Đúng rồi, đọc tốt.
Farmer.
Good.
Doctor.
Ok, good. Bạn Hương của chúng ta đọc rất tốt nha. Rồi, xin mời bạn Hương.
Okay. See, let us discuss this. Are you familiar with this?
Yeah.
Method? Yeah?
Especially the ruler.
Oh, really? Really?
Yes.
Wow. Good to know. Okay, let us talk about, say the features of this method, right? Why this is a good example of grammar translation method. Any thoughts?
Just translating from one language to another and focusing on form rather than function.
Wonderful, wonderful point. So the translation, especially from the Vietnamese to English, right? And I do think so. And the teacher, remember, gave the sentences in the Latin language, and the students needed to just translate them to sentences into the English sentence. Right? Very good. Any other thoughts?
So it was like mainly, actually, the teacher was the power in the class.
Oh, this is a very good one. So we talked about the role of the teacher, right? The role of the teacher, and you can tell the teacher is a power, right? Is an authority. Right? Yeah, very good.
No context.
No context. Exactly. They learn the vocabulary once again, isolated, right? In an isolated way.
Pronunciation, though, for example, with the word green, he corrected her with the right pronunciation, but that was it. They said the word once and no more.
Okay. So do you
So
mean
very little
attention, right? Yes. Okay. So even though they pronounce this word, but give not so much attention, right, to the sound or sound system. Very good. How about the language use? You definitely heard a lot of native language other than English, right? So once again, the classes were delivered in first language. The teacher used the first language to explain everything, right? Explain the vocabulary, explain the, say, sentences. Did you notice that there is a way that is very interesting about correction, error correction, right? How about the error treatment?
The teacher just wrote in a correct form of isn't on the board.
Yeah, very good, very nice.
There was one right answer, I believe. They aim at perfection, not just communication.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So once again, the goal is not to say enhance the communication, right? Very good. Once again, focus on forms. Very good. Then we talked about the teacher's role, authority, and the students learn from the teacher. Everybody seems to be very obedient, right? And the teacher is the
And
authority.
very depending on the teacher, like they don't make any decisions.
That's fine.
100% of the
Very good. Very good. Very good. I think this may relate to my other questions regarding another review. Very nice discussion. What exercises did the students do?
So primarily like fill in the blank. We were given
Exactly.
an answer to answer correctly,
Mhm.
or to use a word in a sentence that is probably sentences that they're already familiar with.
That's right.
And so they plug that word into the sentence.
Right? Very, very good. That's right. So they also did a lot of translation, right? As well. In the say vocabulary sense, right? Just focus on this isolated vocabulary. Now, think about this. This method has been used in many countries, right? And especially I know in Asian countries. So we wonder, what do the students think of it, right? What are the perceptions of the students, right? Do the students like this, or the students don't like it? And I will let you watch another video. And this video addresses Japanese students' perceptions of the pros and cons of this method. And of course, after that, we will have a discussion about that. Okay, so once again, I give you two questions to start. Think about the perceived pros and cons, okay? And also, try to link this video to the previous video we watched, as well as what you have learned from our textbooks, okay? Why can this method not effective? Okay, think about the principle. Okay, now let's go.
You can know the word. What sentence?
All right, everybody. So we just did a grammar translation style lesson. You've studied the vocabulary, you studied the grammar, and you've translated a passage from Wikipedia. I'd like to discuss positive points and negative points about this method. Let's begin with the positive points. What's good about this grammar translation method for studying language? Okay. Anybody?
Easy to learn vocabulary for beginners.
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah, we focus so much on the vocabulary and translation of vocabulary. So for beginners, yeah, okay, it's easy starting point. Okay, thank you. Other people? Anything else? Okay. Okay. As a first step. Okay, it could be a good first step. All right. Thank you. Did you find anything else positive about this style? One key point about grammar translation is that it's done in the native language of the learners, right? So yeah, definitely it's easy on the beginner because it's done in their language. Yes. All right. Now let's switch to negative points. What did you find negative about this style? Yes, go ahead.
It is not natural.
It's not natural.
Natural.
Yeah, okay, the language produced was not natural. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Why? You translate.
If I read Japanese and if I have to translate into English, first I have to read Japanese and then have to take each word and check the meaning of this into meaning of this. It's so frustrated.
Okay.
But my desire is to understand the whole meanings. So I have to take many steps to get to the goal. So I'm so frustrated.
I see. Okay. All right, thank you. Any other negative points? It's difficult to describe accurate meaning. Yeah, grammar translation, a big focus on grammar translation method though is accuracy. But it's difficult to be accurate. Okay.
Yeah, this process of this method is to understand grammar and was this is good method, but if this purpose of this method is to understand the full meaning of this sentence, this method is bad to understand.
Okay, go ahead.
Actually, I'm interested in this article because this article is interesting for me because I can't think of the moon. So I wanted to get the meaning of this sentence, but this method makes us the focus on grammar, not meaning of this sentence. So I think this method couldn't make my emotion.
Yeah.
I think it is good to some people, like readers, but switching puzzle is just puzzle.
It's just a puzzle. Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay. Do you agree with him? Yes. Okay, let us talk about this. What are the perceived pros and cons? Let us talk about their perceptions first, right? Anyone remember how the students perceive this method?
The vocab, they are able to know a lot of words.
So focus on the vocabulary once again, right?
Yeah, they said it's a good first step, especially for beginners, because of like speaking.
Exactly. So it would be very easy for us to get started, right? Because we understand our first language and everything, is explained in our first language. How about the girl's goal? The girl mentioned that, my desire is to do
Accuracy. Achieving accuracy.
So she aims to achieve accuracy, right? Because she knows one of the important, the important goal for them is to, be accurate. Because they were corrected a lot of times, right? But it's hard to achieve, right? They just focusing on this isolated grammar analysis and vocabulary, is that right? Right? And I'm interested in, one thing. I remember the boy mentioned he is actually interested in use co-op passage. This is a very interesting passage from Wikipedia. He likes to know the overall meaning of that passage rather than just read this grammatical analysis, right? Seems like these two goals are separated. Yeah. Okay. Seems like these students' goals and their a desire is not easily met, by this way. Do you agree? Yeah. Any other thoughts? What do you think now? What do you think? Let us try to bring our theoretical knowledge here, right? Think about the principles. If we talk about the principles of the language learning, do you think maybe some principles cannot be fully applied in this method? In mind?
Like for example, this method focuses on memorizing, and for me, if I don't practice something, it's not gonna go into my long-term memory. So here there is no usage of language, no communication, and this will affect not only learning the language but expressing myself, like my identity, what I understood regarding my culture or what the language's culture is about.
Wonderful. So you touch upon the principle of identity, right, and the principle of language culture, right? Yes. Yes. Anything?
I also believe they can't achieve accuracy, which is their aim, because they overlook the cultural differences. Therefore, even translation can't achieve accuracy because the meanings in two cultures are not the same. There is a meaning in the first native culture, there is a concept that doesn't exist in the second culture. Therefore, even in translation, they cannot achieve accuracy.
Okay, so in this way, we can understand this way because we believe that we have different beliefs, right? We have a different cultural background, and our understanding of this, knowledge would be different. Is that what you mean?
So I feel like they address in the book the idea of idioms and how students aren't supposed to translate them directly; they're supposed to show they understand them. But I feel like a con to that would be is if your teacher isn't fluent in the language themselves, it would be really hard to confirm whether or not a student understood an idiom, for example. So.
Exactly. That's right. That's right. So,
and from what they said, like the transfer from the L1 to the L2 might not be in the right place, like idioms or some words that cannot be translated literally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no exact equivalence at all, right? Here.
So about the principle of reward or self-regulation or agency, like nothing like that can ever happen because, like as we all saw, like they're like demotivated. So basically from the root everything is like going.
Very good. So this is related to the role of the teacher again, right? Yeah. The teacher is the authority. And I let you do this and that, right? And you just follow me.
It seems like it takes away from one of the first things Dr. Pickering said in the first class, which is it doesn't see the student as an inventor of the language. It's part of the using an invention process.
Very good point.
But like even if the teacher is a guide or he's or she's in the authority, but it's not a good role model because the teacher isn't practicing the language.
Exactly. So once again, say this specific situation give us a little chance to have the overproduction. So we can say the principle of automaticity can never be implemented there, right?
Nor the principle of interaction, because this is simply not happening at all.
Wonderful. No, especially student-student interaction, right? A little bit teacher-student interaction, but usually the teacher initiated a certain request, maybe a question, and the students just need to answer. Right? Very good. So this is what I come up with. So I think maybe this specific method may lack self-regulation. So as you mentioned that the students cannot take control of their own study. They cannot achieve what they really want to achieve, right? So they cannot achieve their goals. And the lack of interaction, that's right. And the discouraging learner agency, right? Once again, it is related to self-regulation, and you cannot be the active agent of the learning, right? That's right. And automaticity, right? It's
Sorry, I guess I'm narrowing down automaticity into like just this simple word automatic. And so it seems like you could achieve some of that within it though, because you're just forced to like process quicker and quicker with the, I don't know, does it kind of fit in with this? Because it seems like this would support that method for some of.
You mean automaticity?
Or yeah, this would support that principle.
Thank you for pointing out that. For me, automaticity is something to do with your automatic learning of multiple language skills. Think about the children's first language acquisition, right? So they seem to pick up language very easily, right? Without overly focusing on the forms, right? And they just get it done, right? But if you learn the language over addressed or stress these language forms, it may become an obstacle, right? So I believe maybe automaticity can be impeded, right, by this overall analysis of language forms.
Another thing about automaticity that we saw last class was that automaticity has to do with more than little bits, chunks of languages. It's like complete sentences or phrases. So probably that's why it's not applied here.
Right. So like in the analysis, it specifically says. I read this. I did it one way. But I keep thinking of that term as like automatic. Like so when they say replace. Now say the bear isn't mine, and then they're saying now say the sock isn't mine. Now say the koala bear isn't mine. Like I think of that. I'm narrowing it down too much. So it's being automatic there.
Very good question. Wonderful. So anyway, fluency is really hard to achieve, right? Now, let us think about it. Remember in the first beginning of this class, we talked about believing, doubting game, right? The doubting and believing game. Remember, we still want to give it a try, right? Even though we believe, I'm not sure, maybe it is not so satisfactory for students and teachers. Maybe let us give it a try. You may find something that are useful, or you may find some advantages, especially for English as a foreign language learners, right? So I would give you a short time, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and I would love you to experience the whole process. So that's to say, for some of you who are not familiar with the grammar translation method, I would like you to do this exercise, okay? Try to think of the whole process. What do you think of this process? So do the exercises first, then reflect on your experience. Then discuss your experience with all of us, okay? You may find something different from what we watched, So this is a broader picture of a grammar translation method. The first question asked about the translation. Why not translate this language into the language that you know, maybe your first language, right? Not French if you do not speak French, right? For example, I will try to translate it into Chinese, right? Let's think about it. Reflect on your experience. And then, the role of this translation exercise.
Which is not
Okay. I'm thinking maybe we can have one translated into her own language, first language, right? Anyone knows French? Oh, nice, nice to meet you here. Now, can you translate maybe the first paragraph to us and then give us your feel about it?
Okay.
Learn the
You want
English.
me to translate it into French? then?
Next time, please.
Okay. Je me suis réveillée et avec tout autour de moi le son terrible des humains et des animaux qui crient à ça. J'étais en effet dans mon cabane et j'étais un peu réveillée. J'étais un peu réveillée. Éventuellement, ma mère a ouvert la porte et elle a crié. Je n'ai jamais pensé que les choses pourront passer comme ça.
Well done. Well done.
There's some parts that you can't translate word for word.
Forward. That's right. That's right. So what do you think of that? So when you learn English and you try to translate to English, into
Well, that happens a lot because I'm currently teaching French to English speakers, and whenever they're writing, you can tell they're doing that word for word translation, and that's partly because of this.
So do you think this exercise may be helpful?
Yes.
In which way?
Because especially with the part where they're actually interacting with the words, like for activities 3 and 4, they're not just, they're thinking deeply about the words and in what context they could be used.
Very good. So I do think that I see some reading context here, right? Not as what we watched just now, we just focused on the isolated vocabulary. Now we read the passage and we learn some vocabulary there from the passage, right? So how about the second question? The second question asked about the comprehension. Say something to do with your comprehension, right? So we actually answer this comprehension questions a lot, right? What do you think of all these activities? So you need to, use your own words to, say, represent what this article talks about, right?
I think it's useful trying to determine if our students are able to find main ideas. But before to do the reading, we need like 3 tasks, right? It's like, if this is the first activity, what about the activate the vocabulary before and then reading and then predict content?
So they are yes, no questions.
Very good. So this is a very nice, the sequence there, right? Okay, very good. So you want to add something?
They are yes, no question. Therefore, students can answer with short answers. Therefore, it doesn't involve a lengthy communication or provide authentic context because they are yes, no questions. And normally, yes, no questions do not require long, or a student can answer with yes or no, or a bit longer. Bit of words. Therefore, it doesn't ask for more information and doesn't require active and lengthy.
Okay, so do you mean that maybe we should add why to it, right? Do you believe that why, right? Or have you ever, say, been through the similar experience, right? So for this question, I feel it is good for me, right? Because you have to make inferences, right? You need to make inferences in order to understand or entity deeper. Is that right? So, say you are asked, do you believe the mother, say, is courageous? And then you get to understand the whole passage in the moment. Is that right? But of course, you can, why? Why do you know that? Is that right?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too, that this sort of discussion activity will help. You can add additional questions, but that would help students to create meaning by themselves because students have different multiple intelligences. So, for example, if you answer the question, the character experienced these experiences, these events for real, some may say yes, some may say no based on their interpretation of the material, and then they can perhaps explain what makes them think that this was real based on the context.
Excellent points. Excellent. So if you take a look at those number 3, and they actually do some vocabulary practice again. So, right, antonyms and synonyms, right? And we practice it a lot actually. When I learned English in foreign language, we try to they associate this word with another word. Yeah. So it might be helpful, right? It might be helpful for students. And for number 4, this is something to do with the the suffix, right? So they talk about ly, and it doesn't. You may find in French like monk, right? Right? Like actually, clairement, right? That's right. So something like that. So that's very interesting. Now then the students know the context, right? Maybe okay, they may share some say linguistic derivation, right? So think about this. In number 5, tell you something about the grammar rules, right? Once again, you have the grammatical rules first, and then you have the deductive learning of the grammar. Right? It might be helpful, or it may not. Right? Yeah. And by the way, if you are interested in finish the exercises, please go ahead, right? But we just want to think about this situation. Do you think there are any techniques that you might find it helpful? You may want to use it in your class. Any techniques?
So I think exclusive teaching of grammatical rules is something that's helpful.
That's right.
Like, especially for
Okay. Yeah. Any other thought?
Maybe just for like beginners. Because it helps them like not feel scared of just like go ahead and start using the language, and it provides them with some tools like the words, some hints. Nothing is like inside the text and they need to discover it. It's kind of clear like what is the opposite of, not just go and find 2 opposites from
Exactly.
the sentence.
It will once again become a very good start, right? And maybe can be a good scaffolding even, right? You remember one of the exercises actually have already given the French translation, right? So these translations might help you understand the new word, right? Okay. And finally, we want to sum up and do a reflection. Why it can be used, and it actually has been used for so many years, right? Think about this. In the past, we know, of course, there are some teachers who are not capable enough to communicate in English quite well, right? There are a lot of teachers who are like that, but they still can teach English. The students definitely learned. Is that right? Yeah. And I think this is a situation in China in 1980s, 1990s still, right? Right. But now, different situation, right? But it used to be very useful, right? And also because the large classes, right? And it would be very kind of feasible for you to do this grammar translation method. And it might be easy for you to do the test, right? You design a test like grammar, exercises, vocabulary exercises, and it can be objectively scored as well, right? And we have to admit that, we did see some good language learners, who are raised up, by using this method, right? So who knows, So that is to say, I will always say, like, let all the flowers bloom, right? So it definitely have some, say uses, and you think about that, you may want to use it in some aspect, in some occasion, for your, once again, cater to your own students' needs, right? And this is exactly what you want to do when you discuss your methods. So usually I would love you to have a specific format like this. So when you finish the grammar translation method and you complete all these bullet points there. And then when you move on, we will discuss direct part, the method, we will discuss audiolingual method, and then you continue to finish this format again. And so you can focus on the goals, role of teacher, teaching process, nature of student-student interaction, view of language skills, role of native language, treatment barriers, assessment, strengths, and weaknesses. So you may also add something like the students will be able to do something, by using this approach, and the teachers will be able to do something, right? So I think this format would be very helpful. This is a quiz for you. Can you complete this? What are the goals? What is the goal of the method? They just have the bullet points. Vocabulary, that's right. So you learn vocabulary.
Reading.
Yeah, you achieve the reading proficiency. Yeah. Very good. Grammar and vocabulary, right? Okay, very good. How about you also develop your mind, right? So for example, like this, you read literature, you develop mind, and you learn grammar and vocabulary, right? How about the role of the teacher?
It's one way.
One way, that's right. So the teacher is authority. Students learn from the teacher. The teacher is a knowledge disseminator. And I'm the knowledge. I'm knowledge. Go, say, ask me, and you can seek knowledge from me, right? Okay, how about, for example, learning process? Maybe we know a lot of exercises already, right? Vocabulary, translation. How about grammar learning? Deductive, right? That's right. That's right. Very good. Yeah. How about this? How about interaction here? Student-student interaction.
Teacher. Very little. Not even student teacher.
Minimum, right? Very minimum. So the teachers initiated the question only, right? How about view of language and culture? I think this is very interesting. They think certain language is more important, don't you think so?
Yes.
Which language?
Language is more important than the language of like literally things, and then there was no explicit focus on culture at all.
Okay, so you mentioned that you would consider the, say, literary vocabulary or language.
Passive words.
Okay, is superior to the spoken language, right? We have a lot of literary languages. I, say learn English department, look it up in a dictionary, learn a lot of languages from novels, literatures, whatever, right? And how about culture? So you mentioned that you don't think there's a lot of culture involved, right? You know what? I may want to point it out. We always distinguish culture, say, C culture, big C culture, from the little c culture. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
What's it?
Culture with the big C has to do a lot with like kind of entertainment, literature, art, and dancing, and all that. And then culture with the little c has to do with actual society, the people that you're with.
Very good. So, very nice explanation. Now, what do you think? Big C or little c here are addressed. Big C, very good. So that is to say, we love students to learn the literature. We love students to appreciate the music, the history, or we understand the important moment of the cultural history. But we seldom touch these daily features, right? The daily communication, the social mores. You mentioned society, social mores or values, even like pop culture, right? So I think big C is addressed, but not little c. The language skills, what are the priority here? Reading? Writing in some sense. Very good. And maybe vocabulary and grammar, as part of these reading skills, right? The native language, we learned that already, right? Native language is important, right? It is used actually, right? The lessons are delivered in the first language. Okay, it's a language of instruction. Very good. Thank you. So how about treatment of adverse?
The students don't think about what they did wrong. It's given directly from like this is how you do it.
Yeah. Very good.
There's no trial error.
That's right. Sometimes we need that, say specific opportunity for students, right? But usually the teachers provide the correct forms very quickly. Right? Okay, that's right. Then how about assessment, evaluation? We can do a lot of exercises there, right? So take a look at this exercise again, right? So we can do reading comprehension, we can do vocabulary exercises. They do a lot of translations as well, right? So these are the evaluation. How about strengths? I still want to say it has some advantages, right?
Large classrooms. The teacher doesn't do a lot of, not a lot of work, let's say.
It makes great sense, right? Yeah. So it can workable, right? It can be very workable, and of course, every student actually needed to have that motivation. If I definitely have some highly motivated students who believe this is very effective method, right?
I think for adult learners too, this might work because they need
Very
to
good.
understand
Very good.
to apply it.
Okay.
But not so much for little
Very
kids.
good. So right? We will discuss different approaches to address the adults' needs versus the children's needs, right? So the age actually counts. Very good. How about the weaknesses? So we know, say it can be helpful, it can achieve reading proficiency, you can have a big vocabulary, whatever, right? A translation, but you have a lot to say about the weaknesses, right? A lot. So, it is. Anyone?
I think students will not be able to get past the initial introductory conversation, get meaningful.
So we ever call it down English. Down.
Students will continue to think in their own language, not in the target language.
Ah, that's
I
right.
think so.
Because we really hope that the students can think in the target language, right? And then you can reach the automaticity much easier, right? You think that is hard to achieve, right? So these are the answers here. Of course, you can say continue with this method and this say math format, and continue to say analyze the other say method and compare all these methods. So throughout the semester, you will definitely have a lot of tables and say charts. I think that would be very helpful. So lastly, I want to remind you, when we learn teaching method, we want to say relate all this knowledge to the knowledge in second language acquisition again, right? So we have some theoretical theories there in second language acquisition, so like motivation is something, say individual differences, right? So we talk about that. One man's meat might be another man's poison, right? So the individual differences definitely counts in second language acquisition. So you want to definitely relate this to the knowledge in second language acquisition. I also encourage students to relate this to your knowledge in psychology or your knowledge in general education. That would be definitely helpful, right? Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you everyone for your attention.
Thank you very much. We are now going to take those students that are in this class. We're taking a 15-minute break. Give me the sheets before you go off on your 15-minute break, and I'll see you in 15 minutes. And those that came towards the demonstration, thank you so much. You are excused.